Hi boys and girls, it is Thursday afternoon, quite a bit later than our Google Meet, and I'm back again. You get to see me twice today, poor you. Anyways, it sure was fun earlier getting to see some of you guys face to face. I apologize if it was kind of awkward. It felt a little awkward from my side just because I've never done something like that before. So I'm going to experiment with my kids here at home and maybe some of the other teachers who want to get better at it also over spring break, and then maybe by after spring break we'll be able to do some classwork and be able to share a little better together. But thank you so much for tuning in today and clicking on that link and joining us, and again for being patient with your non-technical teacher. But yes, I'm back outside again because it is another gorgeous day, and I thought I'd get our reading done now rather than later. I've been doing it later in the evening inside the house, but it's so pretty outside I couldn't resist to come out here. In fact, I think we might eat dinner outside tonight too because it's just really wonderful. So I hope you have had a great day. I graded a bunch of spelling quizzes and those looked awesome. I see a few still need to get those done, but that's fine. You have till really on Saturday is when I think I did the closing date on that. If I need to, I'll definitely extend it to that if I didn't do it already. But finishing up those other assignments and quizzes will be great. And thank you so much again for participating in the discussion questions. I do write down your name too when you're participating, and it does give you a good daily grade. So I encourage you to do that. And like I said, it's really fun for me, and I hope you enjoy reading each other's as well. So. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish our story today, The Country Bunny and the Little Gold Shoes. I left off yesterday. It said, at last she reached the ice and snow, and now she was almost to the top, and she could see the little cottage all covered with snow where the little boy was sleeping. Then a terrible thing happened. And that's where I left off yesterday. I hope you can see the pictures out here. I know it's a little sunny, there's some shadows. Her foot slipped and down she came. Downward she flew into snowdrifts. Then she left the ice and snow, and rolling and bouncing against the stones, she felt the air getting warmer. Let's see, make sure I'm getting those pictures in there for you. Down, down she went, and she crashed through a thicket of budding laurel, rolled across a pasture, and finally struck against the trunk of a great apple tree that was just getting ready to bloom for Easter. And there she lay, with the egg still safely clutched in her paw, but with a great pain in her leg. She tried to rise again because she saw a lovely pink light in the sky, and she knew that in a few minutes more it would be day, and the little boy would be sad if she did not get his egg to him. Oh, but the pain was so bad she fell down. Then she felt something touch her shoulder, and she looked up, and there, right before her, way off there in that distant land, was old wise Grandfather Bunny. And he smiled at her, and he said, "You are not only wise and kind and swift, but you are also the bravest of all the bunnies, and I shall make you my very own gold shoe Easter bunny." And he reached over, and she saw for the first time that he was holding a tiny pair of gold shoes in his hand. And he bent down and put them on her feet. Suddenly all the pain left her leg, and she stood up and picked up the precious egg. Then, before she knew what was happening, she felt a sudden motion. And she found herself flying high in the air over the pasture. She flew over the laurel, over the stones, until at last, when she landed, she looked back and she saw that one single jump had carried her halfway up the mountain. Then she jumped once again, and there she was at the cottage door. Quickly, she squeezed through the tiny crack that had been left open just in case the bunny did come all that way. And in the hand of the beautiful sleeping boy, she placed the egg. Then, just as Easter morning, the sun rose over the edge of the world, she jumped quickly back to the palace where she found her little basket for her own little bunnies. She went hopping back home to give them a happy Easter. Mother Cottontail found that the garden was tended, and sure enough, just as she had said, everything was in order. The floors were swept, and there were 2 lovely new pictures painted and hanging on the wall. The dishes were washed and shone in the cupboard. The clothes were washed and mended and nicely hung away. And there, her 21 children were all sound asleep in their little beds. This is like one of my favorite pictures. Look at them all in their little beds. 2 per bed. Cutest thing. And the little house of Mother Cottontail can always be told now from the homes of all other bunnies, because in a special place on the wall, on a very special hook, hangs a pair of very tiny little gold shoes. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I do every year when I read it. I know it's a simple story. Like I said, I love the pictures in it. And I love the fact that Mother Cottontail was just an ordinary bunny, just like all of us. We're just ordinary people. But when we do what's right, when we work hard and use the gifts that God has given to us, we can do great things. And little Mother Cottontail, she taught all of her little ones to help out and to just be great team members in their family. And I know that you're doing that right now in your families. I hope you are, at least. Helping out at home, maybe getting some chores done, helping mom and helping dad, and doing a great job. So anyways, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this story, and we'll get back to reading some more stories after spring break. I might still do another Easter story after spring break, even though Easter will have passed when we come back after spring break. Still, we will enjoy doing that. Anyways, I hope you have a great Friday, and we will talk again and meet again after spring break. Any of you that missed the Google Meet today, don't be sad. We're going to be doing it a lot more after spring break, and like I said, I'm going to get some practice in and try to be a little better at doing that. And maybe you guys can practice too. Maybe some of you can even do it with your friends. Maybe, especially maybe Abby, I know your mom has had to do it with her classes. She could help you set up a Google Meet with some of your friends, and you can practice with it too. But I love y'all. Have a great day.